Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Amanda. I am a 36-year-old mom. I've got two little ones, a 3-year-old daughter, and my son will be 5 next month. And I am a full-time working mom. I have a remote position as a marketing manager at a professional engineering society, and I work from home, so it's like a legit 9 to 5 Monday through Friday position, but I do work remotely. And here on YouTube I share a lot of just my life as a working mom, how I kind of juggle having a full-time job and taking care of my kids and managing the house and making time for myself and making time for my husband and friends and all of that. So if you are new, I hope that you subscribe to the channel, check out some of my videos. We would love to have you here. And today I am going to do another Q&A. So I asked y'all on Instagram like months ago, before things got crazy with the holidays and my move into our new house, to ask any questions, and I am going to answer them for you today. I have a bunch of questions related to YouTube, some stuff about the kids, like are we planning on having any more kids? Are we going to send them to public school or private school? How my husband and I kind of split the household responsibilities, and so much more. So let's get right into all of your questions. This one is really easy. What do you plan to have any pets anytime in the future? And the answer is yes. I would love for the kids to have a dog. It's so sweet. Chase actually has these like imaginary pets, and he's named a couple of them. Like his favorite one is Coco, and it's a dog, and I think he has another like few dogs, and he talks about them often, and like he's told his class and like his teacher that he has dogs at home. And you know, it's like, it kind of breaks my heart because I know he really wants a dog, but we just have so much on our plates right now, and adding a dog is a massive responsibility, and I just cannot take it on. So maybe when the kids are a little bit older, like maybe 8 and 10 or something like that, when they can kind of walk the dog and feed the dog and do some of the stuff, we will get one, but no, not anytime soon. Are you addicted to cold brew? I am not addicted to cold brew, but I really, really love cold brew. And I definitely drink it, I think, every single day of the week. There's usually, unless I'm sick or something, unless I drink like a hot coffee instead, which is rare. But I wouldn't say I am addicted, because if you told me that I couldn't drink it tomorrow, like I wouldn't go through withdrawal symptoms or anything. And actually I was really, really sick with the flu in January and barely ate and drank anything, and I had no symptoms, yet I also was feeling very sick. So maybe I was like getting headaches from caffeine withdrawal or something like that, but I wouldn't know. I don't think so, but I love it. Do you ever get sick of eating the same thing every day? You look great, by the way. Thank you. No, I don't get sick of eating the same thing every day. And I think there are just different people out there, people that really love variety, and people like me. I am a creature of habit through and through, not only with food, but with my routines and, you know, things that I like, and that's just me. So I don't know, it almost gives me, and I've started to get very OCD about things, and I think it happened like after I had Quinn, but I like things in a particular way, and when things are predictable, it makes me a lot more calm and like more easygoing. So the fact that I can not stress out about things like, what am I eating for dinner? Every single, like 3 days a week, I will eat salads, and I make the exact same salad every time. I have 2 different versions of a salad that I make, and I make them 3 times a week. So that's 3 times a week that I don't have to stress myself out about what am I eating. Same thing with like lunch, and same thing with going to the grocery store. Like every week, I already know what I need because I eat the same thing every week. And that might be very, very boring and unrealistic for some people, but it works for me, and I am sticking with it. Do you still intermittent fast on weekends? No, and I actually have really fallen off the bandwagon with intermittent fasting. After the holidays in December and then moving into our new house, and then the whole family got sick except for Pete. After that, I fell off the wagon and I have not gotten back on in terms of intermittent fasting. And honestly, I don't hate it. Like, I don't really think I've seen much of a difference. I feel like intermittent fasting does help me like focus more, and I don't know, it's not like I lose weight when I intermittent fast. I feel like my body feels really good. I really like to stop eating 2 hours before I go to bed. And they say that that's like beneficial and stuff, and you know, it'll help you get a better night's sleep, and it's, you know, better for your body to like break everything down overnight and things like that. So for a while, and this is like up to very recent, like last week, I had gotten in the habit of having food, like not healthy food, after dinner, like between 7:30 and 9:30 when I would go to bed. And I definitely noticed that I had started like packing on a couple of pounds, and it's not just that, it's probably other things too. But I noticed a difference, and I definitely feel better when I stop eating at around 7:30 and then I don't eat anything until later the next morning. And I've always been that way. I usually am not hungry in the morning. I always make my cold brew early in the morning, you know, between 6 and, you know, 7, 8 o'clock. And that usually keeps me full. I put heavy whipping cream in it, and it kind of suppresses my appetite. But by, you know, 10:30, 11 o'clock, I'm usually really hungry. So I haven't been consciously like committed to intermittent fasting in a while, but naturally the way that I like to eat has kind of kept it up. And I used to do intermittent fasting on the weekend, but I've completely stopped that. We really like to go to Dunkin' Donuts and like Starbucks and stuff, and usually I get food, so that's in the morning and I break my fast. I don't know, that's what it is. You seem to do a lot on your own. I think they're referring to stuff around the house, like household chores. How do you and your hubby split house tasks? This is a great question. I get this question all the time because, as you guys see from my videos, my husband is not in my videos. He doesn't like to be filmed, and he also works in the office Monday through Thursday, usually at home on Fridays. And so I am home and I take on the vast majority of the household work, like the cleaning, that kind of thing. Husband takes care of like everything that is not cleaning. So he handles all of our finances. He handles everything with our cars. Like if my car needs service, he'll take it in. He handles scheduling like our landscapers. He handles if something breaks in the house. He will be the one to call the company and fix it. He helps out a lot with the kids. So when he gets home from work, depending on the day, I'll make dinner and he will give the kids a bath, or vice versa. So we always split up those two tasks. And on the weekend, he is super involved with the kids. He also does stuff like keeping the garage maintained and keeping like the backyard maintained and the grill and things like that. So, and he does his own laundry. I do not do that. That's kind of what works for us. And I find that it is a very healthy balance. I think we have definitely more of a traditional marriage in the sense of like, homemaking is more for the woman, and the head of the household in terms of like leading the family and providing financially, that falls on the husband. So that's what works for us. I do not feel whatsoever like I am doing everything. I have no resentment towards him. We both talk about what our strengths are, and I do the things that I am better at, and he does the things that he is better at. And you know, he managed pretty much the entire process of selling the house in terms of negotiating and dealing with our realtor and dealing with mortgage company and dealing with all the financial documents and stuff like that. Like I did none of that. And that was incredibly stressful, incredibly overwhelming, and way over my head. And I couldn't ever have done it. Like I don't understand it the way that he does, and he would never expect that of me. Just like I do a much better job cleaning our floors and cleaning the house. And I wouldn't ask him to do it because I would have to then redo it because I am OCD and I know that like it wouldn't be up to my standards. So that's kind of the way that we do things in our house. But you know, like everybody is different, every house runs differently, and it's not gonna be like a one size fits all situation. Some stuff related to the kids. So public or private school. So we currently are sending our kids to a private daycare, which has a tuition and everything like that. And we will be sending Chase to public school and Quinn when Chase turns 5 and goes to kindergarten. If you've been keeping up with some of my recent vlogs, I've been a little stressed out because the area that we just moved to is like in hyper growth mode, and the schools, especially like the elementary schools, are extremely overcrowded. So they have been like busing kids to schools that are very far away from where we live. From what I've heard, because Chase is in kindergarten, it's not gonna affect us. So fingers crossed, everything works out. But yes, we pay way too much money in taxes for us to send our kids to private school. And honestly, the schools out here are so good that we want to take full advantage. And also I do not like want that extra payment, like the daycare payments, to continue. Real talk, this is an easy one. What time do you go to bed? Watch TV from like 8 o'clock when we put the kids down till about 9. So I watch like one show. And then I turn the TV off at 9. I do my whole nighttime routine. And then I will usually read from about 9:15 to 9:45, 10 o'clock. And I am usually sleeping by 10. And I do that regularly. On the weekend, sometimes I'll stay up with Pete and like we'll watch a show together. So I won't go to bed until like 10:30, 11. But I am much happier when I go to bed early and wake up early. Okay, let's get into some stuff about YouTube. So what is your advice to new YouTubers who wish to grow their channel like yours? So my advice is to just get started. And it's very daunting, and you're putting yourself out there, and you're definitely not gonna be comfortable the first time you pick up the camera, and then you have to learn how to edit your videos, and you kind of gotta like get a style, figure out what your niche is and stuff like that. But I would say the hardest part is to just get started. And then after that, growing your channel, what I've learned, and I actually get this question a lot. People like to ask, are you making money from YouTube, and how long did it take to start making money? And I am gonna be 100% transparent. I started my YouTube channel documenting my pregnancy with Chase in 2018. He was born 2019 in April. So I documented my entire pregnancy journey, and once he was born, I was vlogging and, you know, doing hauls and things like that. And I was not really seeing much. There's like, I forget what the threshold is to start making money on YouTube. I think you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 5,000 watch minutes or something. I don't even know. I can't remember. You guys can look it up. But it took me a very long time. I didn't start to make like actual substantial money, honestly, until about last year, around this time. How that happened, like literally steady growth happened by consistently posting, by finding your niche. Like I think that's really important. Like my niche is working mom content. Focus of my channel is my life as a working mom and how I manage and stuff like that, what my day-to-day life is like. So I think you really need to find what your niche is, and some of it is like dumb luck. Like I had been posting just random vlogs of the family for a while when the kids were young and stuff like that. And then once the kids were both in daycare, I remember uploading this video, and it was like a working mom day in the life, and it was weird. It didn't do well until like 6 months after I posted it, and then it just took off. And then I was like, okay, I'm seeing growth and engagement based on this particular type of content, and that's when I started making more of it. So it's also like figuring out what you like to film, being truly authentic. I think that's another thing. Like, don't try to be somebody else. I mean, go to other pages and try to get inspiration from other videos and other creators, sure, but there's only one of you, and that's what people are gonna like. Like, if you go and just copy something else that you see, you're not gonna feel authentic because it's not you. So I would encourage, like, go to inspiration, get the inspiration, but put your own spin on it and just be yourself. I think that's, I mean, I get a lot of comments on my channel about just like, you seem very real, like you're relatable, blah, blah, blah. And I love those comments because that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not being fake to y'all. I am trying to tell it how it is. I try to show the good and the bad. Like, not everything is the highlight reel. And so yeah, I would say if you want to create a YouTube channel, go ahead, get started, do research, look up keywords that are performing, look up phrases that are performing in the niche that you're trying to get into, have an idea of what type of content you like to make, and then just start doing it. Another piece of advice is don't start a YouTube video because you want to make money. Because as I told you before, it took me almost 4 years to get to where I am now. And I'm not, like, I can't quit my job. I'm not making enough money that I can quit my job, and nor would I want to, because YouTube is very unpredictable. It's unstable. I don't get the same paycheck every single week like I do with my full-time job. I don't have any benefits through YouTube, like 401k or health insurance or anything like that. I don't, you know, what's great about YouTube, there are so many things. I absolutely love it. I can't say enough. But don't do it for the money. Do it because you're interested in it. You want to do it as a hobby. It's a creative outlet. You're curious. You just might like, hey, it looks cool to make videos. I would love to just get a camera and try it out. You can do it with your phone. You don't even have to go out and buy equipment. You can literally like film with your phone. And so yeah, and I would say, like, be patient with the growth and the success, because it doesn't come overnight unless you literally get super lucky and one of your videos goes viral and you get a ton of subscribers from it and then views and whatever. But usually that's not the case. But if you love it like I do, I just kept on going. So you really have to have a passion for it and just have fun with it. You know, like I just love the creative outlet that it is for me. Building the community with all of y'all and like interacting in the comments and stuff, that is my absolute favorite part. Being able to share my experience and hearing what you guys do and giving advice to me giving advice to you. I just love it. I feel like you guys are old friends, and it's really nice to have such a supportive community behind you and to feel heard and like to feel understood by other working moms that are kind of going through the same stuff. Are you having any more kids, and how did you decide if and when your family is complete? So no, we are not planning to have any more kids. I probably would have gone for a third if maybe I had like 2 boys or 2 girls, and just to have like, you know, at least one of the other gender. But Pete was really set on like max 2 kids, and because we have a boy and a girl, I mean, it just felt like we just felt like it was complete. I also didn't really enjoy being pregnant, and then having one, you know, everything is new, but then going from 1 to 2 was really, really difficult, like extremely difficult. It's harder than I had ever anticipated, especially, you know, my kids are 21 months apart. So when you have 2, like a newborn and like not even barely a 2-year-old, it's just a lot of work. And I had very like bad postpartum after Quinn. I was really depressed. I didn't feel like myself. I was sad. I was moody. Like, Quinn cried a lot. She was very colicky. Like, it was just a really bad situation. And I honestly, like, I don't care to do it again. And I feel like that's it, we're good. I got a couple questions about date nights with Pete. And so every month, our daycare does parents' night out. So we will bring the kids there from 6 to 10, and they watch the kids, and they have pizza, and they watch movies and like color and stuff like that. And then, you know, the parents go out. So usually, definitely once a month, we go out for like a date night. If there are occasions like my birthday, Pete's birthday, things like that, where there's something to celebrate, then we will get a babysitter. But we don't do a ton of like real date nights, but we do make time for each other on the weekends. So Fridays are like my absolute favorite. So me and Pete will get Chipotle for dinner, and then we will watch a show. We're watching Blacklist now. And so that's kind of like a date, like a date night in itself. Even though we didn't go anywhere, it's still just quality time together. And a lot of y'all had actually suggested something like that, like on a Friday after you put the kids down for bed or whatever, to like just have dinner together with your husband and just talk and stuff like that. So that's what we are attempting to do more of. But you know, it's just everything is so busy, and sometimes like we just want to be by ourselves. And just have alone time. So that's okay too. Oh, this is a good one. Do you really enjoy working, or do you have a plan to get out of the corporate race and be at home? I really enjoy working in general. I love to be busy. I love to use my mind. I love to feel like I am accomplishing something and contributing to like my family's finances, and that I have something of my own. But I think there is a difference between working in corporate America versus like working for yourself, or working doing something that you're super passionate about. And I am in the unique position where I have both. Like I work in corporate America, like a 9-to-5 job with a boss and meetings and things like that. And I also have YouTube. And if I could choose one, I would all day, every day, choose to be a full-time YouTuber. Like when they say like do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life, that's how I feel about YouTube. Like it's still a lot of work, don't get me wrong. Like YouTube is a lot of work. There is a lot of stress that goes into it. A lot of time planning content, a lot of time editing videos, a lot of time working with different brands and making sure that you are within their guidelines and sending back for reviews and stuff like that. It's a lot of work, but I love doing it. I 100% would love to leave my corporate job. Like I feel so much more free being able to work for myself. Like it's just a freeing feeling. And even though I do work like I don't want to lose my job by any means. Like it's providing for our family, and it provides a lot of stability and everything like that. And I don't hate what I do in my corporate job either. Like I work with really cool people. I like the stuff that I'm working on, but I think that like the corporate structure is what I don't like. And I do have a lot of flexibility at work, but still you have to like work Monday through Friday. You have to work 7.5 or 8 hours a day. You have to attend meetings. You have to report into your boss. You have to do X, Y, and Z off the checklist. Like you're held accountable in a different way than you are when you are working for yourself or doing something that you love. Like if you're a fitness instructor and you're able to like have clients that you train and stuff like that, you kind of make your own schedule and you are accountable to yourself more than accountable to your company or your boss. And so, yeah, I mean, I think my ideal situation would be to work part-time at my corporate job, because it is security, you know, like I am counting on a paycheck every other week, and I know how much I'm gonna be making. On YouTube, I have no idea what I'm gonna be making month to month. And some months might be great, some others might not be. So it's like, in the current economy that we're in, this is working really well. But in the future, I would love to really grow my channel and get very established to where I could have the opportunity to work part-time or not work at all, or get, you know, a job doing maybe something that's a little bit less corporate-y, but still bringing in some money. So yeah, but great question. I feel like this video is getting super, super long, so I'm gonna only answer a couple more. One of them is, are you worried about the increased upkeep of the house compared to your old one? And now that I've been living in my house, I can kind of answer that. Yes, it is more upkeep, but because we are not using a lot of the rooms on a consistent basis, I don't feel like I'm doing extra cleaning. Like our downstairs here compared to our old house is maybe it is bigger, but like we have a guest room and the media room that I don't clean every single week. And our kids have their own bathrooms now, but I clean them every other week because we kind of trade off like the baths in either one. And then if I need to kind of like, they don't really go to the bathroom in there that much when they're home. They go to the bathroom in our bathroom downstairs. So I'm actually finding that me and Pete's bathroom needs to be cleaned a lot more because everybody is using it constantly. But overall, yeah, it's a little bit more, but it's not overwhelming whatsoever. And I think I was more worried about it before I knew than I am now. Program to use to edit your videos. I just use iMovie on my MacBook, so super simple. And then to make my thumbnails, I use Canva. So that's that. Where do you buy your clothes? I also work from home and I'm always on the lookout. I buy everything on Amazon. My Amazon storefront is linked in the description box of all of my videos. My standard uniform is a t-shirt and yoga pants, and that's pretty much it. And if I'm buying like going out outfits, I buy them on Amazon too. Okay, one last one, and this is a question that I get a lot too. Do you wake up every day at 5 a.m. or is it just a few days? So I'll only wake up early on the weekdays, not on the weekends. And during the weekdays, I would say that 3 days out of the week, I get up at around 5 a.m. The other two, one day I try to get up around like 6 to have enough time to like get ready before the kids get up. And another day, I usually am just very tired for whatever reason, and I sleep in until about 7 a.m. and my kids will come down and get me up. So that's kind of the schedule. I don't think that it is sustainable to wake up at 5 a.m. every single day of the week. Even 5 days a week is a struggle for me. But if you can get up 3 days a week at 5 a.m., work out or read or drink your coffee, do something that is for you and kind of like get the day started on your terms, do something for yourself, it makes a world of difference. And when I get into a rut, which I had been in a rut of not waking up early, everything spirals. I find myself to be more anxious in the morning with my kids, more short with my kids, like worried about the rest of the day, worried about not having enough time, worried about, okay, I missed my workout, like how am I gonna make this day up? 10 out of 10 times when I wake up early and get everything done, work out, take my shower, get dressed, make my cold brew, read quietly, all before my kids get up, I feel so good the rest of the day, and it motivates me to want to do it again the day after. So it's like a snowball effect. Thank you guys so much for your questions. I thought all of them were so great. I know that these questions I asked like months ago, but I found them in my phone and I was like, hey, you know what? Let's do a Q&A. I am gonna try to do these like once a month or every other month because I know you love them so much, and I really enjoy filming them and kind of like seeing what you're curious about and what you wanna know more about so that I can also make more content on that kind of stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.